a couple of months to see what actually works over there.
Hmm.
Or like, because we get builds right away. Like that's the thing as well. It's like we get the time to kind of build, whereas it gets released next like in like 2 or 3 weeks. It gets released. Whereas we get like it gets revealed, and then we've got like 6 months to try and build something. You know what I mean?
Man, it's like a prolonged sneak peek.
It is. It is. It's just a sneak peek. Like,
But to be fair, like that's kind of a wrong structure as well because like
yeah.
it just like because of software like Project Ignis and not there, like it just encourages us to do why half the again refer back to why we were talking about the ban list, the whole players breaking the cards, not the actual Konami themselves. Like it gives us 6 months to experiment with all them cards and figure out how to break them.
Man, I'm trying to work out how many Scovilles we're at with these takes. Fuck.
But no, like if it was a unified market or a unified release all over the world, well, one, it'll solve as much brokenness in one go. But again, to do that, there you each have to change the frequency of the ban list.
Well,
Like,
it depends really. Like what what I say is one of the nice things about it is that it kind of becomes two different games. Like we're not kind of how do you put it? Like, we're not really restricted to what the OCG does either, and it is a nice thing too because there is things that like there's things that over there that work, and there's things over here that work. You know, vice versa. Like there's things over there that don't work. And
yeah,
it is kind of nice. Because like it sucks that they're so far apart realistically. But again, I like kind of how they were doing the worlds listings, where they were kind of taking both of them and being like, let's see what
it's
works.
like it's an amalgamation of both.
Yeah,
But that ban list is 4 pages long.
but there's two big separate ban lists. It's like the other thing about it is as well is like
Also, two
the
sets.
worlds.
Always has
It's
two sets in between them.
Yeah, and the worlds list kind of like we get opened up there a lot more as well. Like that's the thing is like the OCG have far more cards than we do,
Hmm.
and we get opened up to all of that. You know what I mean? So they have to do like a long ban list because there'll be things that even in the OCG where they're like, oh, we actually get to play one of this. Where something's banned, and they'll just go out and fucking wreck. You know. So it's like I don't like core ban list at the minute. I think the OCG's ban list is a lot fairer, but again, it's really really like we couldn't take a TCG deck and go over there and win. We'd be fucking dead
No.
Oh,
always.
decimated.
Because they have all the power cards. They've got three max E. They've got fucking everything. You know,
Harpies.
it's like it's nice, but like it's good for them and it's shit for us ultimately. That's the way I see it. Their ban list is amazing. Our ban list is kind of shit.
It's pure
Yeah.
keck.
See the
But
way
again,
I
I
see
can
it is
see what
they're
like
more.
they also.
Go ahead, Jacob.
But
No, I was saying there because they're a lot more aggressive on the actual like archetypal cards, whereas we're more generic sort of problem cards. So whereas we would hit card of demise and more like engines itself, they would hit more things like Invoker. Like when Alistair the Invoker was a big thing, they hit Invoker to one, I believe it was, or Magical Meltdown the one. I
yeah,
can't remember which one it was, but they hit one of them to one. Whereas we've had that thing for at three
yeah.
since it came out, and it's only really now it's becoming more of a problem. You know what I mean?
Like
Sure, even
format
when
kind of did hurt
ABC,
it.
sure, even when ABC was at three, and with Metal Foe ABC running mad for like 6 months, it wasn't being hit. But eventually, those decks all got power crept out because of
Mm-hmm.
newer stuff coming out, and then they eventually hit. Like I think Kieran was the only one of them to get hit, but that was because Kieran was
Oh,
generic.
Kieran
He
was a
didn't have your
problem.
pendulum check. It
The
wasn't the
Kieran
decks
itself
themselves;
isn't
it
a
was the
problem. It's an untargetable monster, which is good. It's got hexproof. But like Kieran now wouldn't be too bad, but Kieran back then was like ahead of its time.
yeah.
But it's nice.
I
That's the
think
thing as well. You
Kieran's the
kind
only
of have to
one I
think about
would
it this way.
see.
It's like
think Kieran at 3
Huh?
would be a fair thing to bring back, if you know what I mean, for pendulum decks.
No, I think no. See,
Or at 1 even, just to
I
have it at
think
1.
you could bring Kieran back. I think you could bring it back because you also have to consider like pendulums are now kind of bad. In the grand scheme of things, like pendulum decks are kind of screwed. Like because everything now can come out apart from pendulum monsters. So Kieran back to one would be absolutely fine. I think even
Fuck you,
two,
Trev.
huh?
Fuck you, Trev.
That's a fucking
Dude,
shit
no,
ton.
like Pendulum's are the best deck. I swear to God, I've got like 30 fucking deck lists that prove it. I went 10-0.
It's like
All
so
they're
what?
untapped in 7 years.
I was like, that's what I love that with them YouTubers, but they're like, this is the best deck profile ever. It's like, when was the last time you won anything? It's like, when did you
Mm.
win a YCS?
You
Like,
know what? You know what's banned when
what they
your
call
deck
what they
doesn't
call
get
Team
banned, but you do.
Team Samurai X won that boy. It's like when was the last time you actually won anything?
Like I've seen his deck list, man, and they're so suboptimal.
Yeah,
It's like,
like
man, why are
the
why are you?
only I'll listen for like deck profiles. I'll watch like Lithium because I actually think he's good. And sometimes MST TV because he will be like, look, budget options, other things that you can think about, blah blah blah. Whereas you get someone like Team Samurai and he's like, big like thumbnail about how amazing this thing is, and it's just like, yeah, that's just a generic build, you shit cunt.
Man,
Wow, good.
I
You
wish
copied this off the Japanese guy. Whoa.
I wish that Drew from DPYGO did deck text because he'd be amazing.
I wish he would play again.
Man, I wish he would come back so much, but in the meantime, like he said before, I'm doing this because this makes me my money.
Yeah,
I
I think he
don't
still
like
loves
it
it.
off.
I think he
Mm.
secretly loves it still, but
Yeah, like he still loves the game, but he's just like, I'm not spending money now.
no.
Sure, even
Fair
your
enough.
boy from House of
But he
Champs, like
does. He does.
who's your boy from House of Champs? He stopped playing after a while recently. He used to be on with your man. I can't remember his name. He used to be a professional
Uh,
player. Boy with the long hair and the beard.
oh,
Can't
was it
remember
not
his
your
name.
uh oh Todd? No, was it Todd? No,
I can't tell you. I'm not clued up in the bigger Yu-Gi-Oh players. I never. So one
he
thing
was the
about
guy. He was the
I
guy
watch
who won
all
like
the
a
Yu-Gi-Oh
fucking.
competitive scene.
He won like a YCS with like Magispector or something shit like that.
Yeah.
I know who you're on about. I can picture him. Like I can see his face, man, but I don't know what his
He's
name
no
is.
Thomas Rose,
but
the nicest
like,
man in Yu-Gi-Oh. He's the John Finkel of Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'll let
I
you
know
talk
the guy
about
that
this one
runs it's
for I
John,
get
but I can't remember who the other one
I
was.
get the structure of the idea of how they do YCS and stuff like that there. So I'll let you talk about that.
Oh, I only
oh
just
well.
started clicking
Right,
record
well we
now.
start.
Aye, might as well.
We'll start,
Should have
and
been
then we
recording.
can. At least we'll get all this shit recorded for if nothing else.